Welcome back to In 5 Minutes, where we dive into the most explosive topics with engaging insights you won't want to miss. Today's hot button issue? President Joe Biden's re-election troubles are mounting, and we're unpacking the bombshell report that's sending shockwaves through the Democratic Party. Buckle up, because this is one you need to hear. Picture this, a report so damning, it's been described as a nightmare by a Democratic House member. This isn't just about politics as usual. It's about a critical assessment of mental fitness at the highest levels of power. The special counsel's findings on Biden have Democrats in a state of panic, questioning his ability to lead and compete in the upcoming election. In a revelation that's rippled through the political landscape, the Department of Justice's special counsel investigation into Joe Biden's handling of classified documents post-vice presidency has concluded with findings that are as controversial as they are critical. Here are some key takeaways from Robert Hur's report. First and foremost, the report details that Biden willfully kept and shared classified material. This wasn't just any paperwork, but included sensitive information on military and foreign policy, particularly concerning Afghanistan. These documents weren't stored in secure locations but were found in Biden's home, with some shared with a ghostwriter for Biden's memoir, touching on national defense secrets and implicating sensitive intelligence sources. Despite these findings, Hur has decided against recommending criminal charges. The reasoning? A belief that a jury would likely see Biden's actions as forgetful mistakes rather than deliberate misconduct. This decision hinges on the portrayal of Biden as an elderly figure accustomed to handling such documents throughout his career, potentially unaware he was breaking the law. The report is particularly damning when it comes to Biden's memory. Hur describes an instance where Biden, during an interview, couldn't recall significant personal and professional dates, including the tenure of his vice presidency and the year his son Beau passed away. This portrayal feeds into a narrative of Biden as a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory, casting doubt on his awareness of the situation. The conditions under which the classified documents were found could be straight out of a cluttered attic scene, in a damaged box in the garage, amidst household debris like a broken lamp, dog supplies, and even potting soil. This discovery paints a picture of negligence that Hur believes would lead jurors to conclude Biden had simply forgotten about the presence of these documents, unaware of their significance. This assumption of forgetfulness and unawareness is pivotal. It suggests that, were this case to go to trial, the emotional and cognitive portrayal of Biden could sway jurors, leading them to view the retention of classified documents as an innocent oversight, not a willful breach of national security protocols. So, what do we take from this? The special counsel's report, while not leading to charges, casts a long shadow over Biden's presidency. It raises profound questions about the balance between human error and the grave responsibility of handling the nation's secrets. For Biden, this report challenges his image as a capable leader, putting his memory and judgment under the harshest of spotlights. For the Democratic Party and the electorate, these findings initiate a complex conversation about age, capability, and accountability in high office. As we move closer to the election, how these narratives are navigated will be crucial. The report may not lead to legal action, but its implications ripple through the political arena, touching on trust, competence, and the very nature of leadership. Polls have long signaled concern over Biden's age and mental sharpness. But Thursday's report from special counsel Robert Hur? It's a thunderclap. Hur painted a portrait of a man who's not just a sympathetic, well-meaning elder with memory issues. He's someone who couldn't recall when he served as vice president under Obama or even the year his son Beau passed away. It's more than just a personal blow to Biden. This has electoral ramifications. With 76% of voters expressing concerns over his mental and physical health, the report is reinforcing every doubt. Imagine a leader who, in his own defense, misidentifies world leaders and confuses key historical events. Despite Biden's attempt to minimize the fallout, including an emotional dispute of the report's assessment, the damage might already be done. His competency is not just under a microscope, it's under fire. And with an expected rematch with Trump on the horizon, the stakes couldn't be higher. Democrats are now faced with a grim situation. On one hand, they must defend a president whose mental acuity is questioned. On the other, they risk handing over the reins to an opponent they deem a disaster. It's a precarious position, leaving many wondering, is it too late for a new nominee to emerge? But here's where it gets even more complicated. Biden has dominated the primary contest so far. The clock is ticking, and the path for another candidate is narrowing by the day. With more than 30 states past the deadline for primary ballots, the Democratic Party is at a crossroads. So, what's next for Biden and the Democrats? With every misstep scrutinized, Biden's leadership and the future of the Democratic Party hang in the balance. It's not just about winning an election. It's about proving to America and the world that he's capable of governing. As we count down to November, one thing is clear: the road ahead is fraught with challenges. But in politics, as in life, it's not just the obstacles that define us, but how we navigate them. Will Biden overcome these hurdles, or will this report mark the beginning of the end for his re-election bid? That's all for today's episode of In 5 Minutes. The Biden saga is far from over, and we'll be here to cover every twist and turn. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights on the stories that matter to you. Until next time, stay informed and engaged.